about the WomenWerk organization last year through my friend who actually worked with them. And, you know, I got very interested. I thought what they were doing, what they stand for, was very empowering, very necessary these days, because we all know all the struggles women have been going through for years, and I wanted to be a part of that organization that kind of embodied something so powerful, so motivational. And when they asked me to be a speaker at their forum this year, I was like, yes. There was no way I was going to say no, and I'm just very excited to be a part of it.
Self-care is defined by this and I can't do this, then you're already limiting yourself. And I think for many people in our culture, bringing up social media, as Jeremiah said as well, we're seeing so many people live these particular lives that we kind of want in a way. And so we think that's what self-care must look like. And I think that's what the barriers are. I think that we have to understand that it's great if people do have the resources and the finances to, say, travel and get on a plane and do all these things, but also understanding that taking a vacation does not necessarily mean you have to get on a plane. Yeah. There's so many things around us that we can divulge in, and I think how we perceive the world is the world that we're creating for ourselves. And so if you're limiting your mind from freely experiencing the things around you, then that's going to take away from your ability to truly take care of yourself.
I went to an event, a yearly event called Circle of Sisters, and it's a gathering where women of color, they meet up, and there's different business companies. And so I met the upline. Her name is Venus, and she introduced me to the Tahitian Oni, and I tried it, and I felt like it was really helpful, internal and external benefits, and then I joined.
Afro Bling by Awaru, and it's an African-inspired accessory line that's all handmade. We play with a plethora of mediums, from wood to cow horn. We use a lot of African fabric and beads, as you can see. And it's all about just adding a pop of color. The inspiration behind this was really that I'm one of the people who have a really minimal, less exciting wardrobe. So as you can see, I'm in a lot of blacks and grays and neutral colors. So this was a way for me to appreciate my culture while infusing a pop of color in there and just having fun with it.
Certified as a family nurse practitioner, so I can practice primary care. However, I've specialized in pain management, palliative medicine, as well as oncology. So I'm certified in all these different areas. Mostly, I help with patients who have cancer, who are really sick, and just need a lot of support at the end of their life, really.
In some sort of way. And so as I started to come up and have my own sort of, whether it be relationships and or priorities or my own goals in life, I found that there's only so much of me that can sort of be divided into so many sort of different ways, right? Whether it be emotionally, whether it be financially, whether it be support of any kind. And so started getting resentful. And so back to what you were talking about is surrounding yourself with people, as your wife is, that remind you that you have a priority to yourself as well. And for me, it was my fiance, and her saying, look, you got to go get a massage, or you know what, you don't have to do this today, you don't have to call this person back. It's not important right now, but making yourself a priority was key for me. And so every now and then, and you find that person who does that for you, you want to spend that nurturing time with that person as well, because they get it, right?
One of the areas where I find it difficult to manage self-care, and I'm I'm sure a lot of people would agree, is when something bad happens to you, are you actually mentally ready? So whether it's something happening in your family, whether it's not getting a promotion that you thought, that you should be deserving of, how do you prepare yourself mentally for that? Because I always find that it takes a lot of mental strength to be able to look at your present circumstances and say, well, you know what, even if this has happened or even if this is going on, my life is a lot more than just my present circumstances. I always tell myself when something goes wrong in my life, or at my job, or personal life, I always say to myself, I don't know how this serves me, but it must. And that really, those words really change your mindset, because the more you focus on the negative, the more you attract the negative. I'm a big believer in positive energy. My fiance is right at the back there. We meditate every morning, we pray, we visualize, we write down what we're grateful for, and just being able to be mentally prepared for when something goes wrong and you don't end up spiraling, I think is a big important part of self-care as well.
Thank you so much. I would definitely agree with that. Yeah.